Alright, let's see how this works. I'm not sure if it's going to work the way I want it to, but we're going to try it out. Currently running a little late for work, but that's not too bad. It's only a few minutes, so understand. For anyone who might be curious or wants to know, I am writing the Jasion, I don't know how to say it, I'm pretty sure it's Jasion EB-X. It's a 26, I believe 750 watt hub motor e-bike. I've put just over 2,007 miles on it so far. I've had it for I want to say 7 months. No, see, I got it in June, the beginning of June. So that would put about 8, going on 9 months now. And it's a nice bike. I've gone through 3 sets of tires on it so far. Well, sorry, no, I've gone through 2 sets, the stock set, and then the last set I had on it after I ran them pretty much bald. I've gone through 4 sets? No, I've gone through way more sets of brakes. Maybe double. I've probably gone through around 6 sets of brakes. It's actually currently due for another brake change, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Been working non-stop for the most part. And I've been meaning to make one of these videos, but I hadn't had correct camera mounts or anything like that, so it was harder for me to figure things out. I just got this chin mount for my camera. The chin mount is made by Chin Mounts. It's a company. I can link them down. Well, I'll link them down in the description if I remember to do so. If not, it'll be in the comments. And then camera is Akaso Brave 4. It's not the LE or anything like that. It's just the Brave 4, which is an upgrade, technically, from my other camera, which you guys have seen in my previous videos, which was the Akaso EK7000. Not the pro version, just the stock version. That camera is still around, it still works. Just I figure I take out the newer camera, see what it's like, see how it records. I've only used it a few times for myself, like just messing around with it and whatnot, so you guys will see the first time quality wise here on this video. If the quality's not as good, I'll probably have to mess with the settings. I might even switch over to the EK7000 if the quality's not to where I want it to be, stuff like that. It does have drive mode, so if you want to use it like as your dash cam, you can. Just probably smart to leave it plugged in to like a USB port or something, so it always stays charged the whole time. It does have auto brightening and darkening mode, or you can automatically set it to nighttime or daytime if you're only thinking you're going to only drive in during those times and it looks better for you. Yeah, I don't know, the camera's cool. It has video stabilization too, which the EK didn't have. And you know, it's a nice camera, at least for me. It's not as expensive as like GoPro or Insta360. Wow, that's fucking car. If you guys want to check out the cameras, I'll have them both linked down below. And obviously you can always go check out the whole company, see what other cameras they have, because they do have better cameras. They cost a little bit more than what I paid for these, but you know, I like to keep myself in budget and try not to go over budget when I'm just trying things out. Most of this is probably going to get cut because I've just been rambling on. I'm not even anywhere close to work yet. Okay, the commute to work is about 6 miles, going on 7 to get to work, and then it's about the same way back, so I ride roughly anywhere from 13 to 15 miles to and from work. I ride every day that I possibly can, which does include during snowing, when it's snowing. I will do it during when it's like lightly raining, like a mist or whatever, but I don't like doing that because it's never fun to be wet and cold or just soaking wet by the time you get to work. I have rode this bike through a heavy downpour to the point I was soaked through 3 layers of clothes. My riding jacket was soaked, my riding gloves were soaked, both of which are a Fox leather. It was cheaper, that's why I went with them. But yeah, anyways, everything was soaked and the bike made it through it, which I'm surprised because the bike's not waterproof. Technically it's water resistant. I know the horn had some issues for a little while after that point where it had to like really dry out before I would have worked properly. The headlight had a connection issue to where it was like always connected. That's probably due to the button being a little torn. What else can I tell you guys about this bike? Let's see. It doesn't like wind, so if you're like in a windy state, you're not gonna want to buy it unless you plan to just pedal a bunch. Then sure, you can go for that. I ride it more as like a moped, you know, throttle, full throttle all the time, you know, full electric. Just because it's easier for me, and that way I'm not tired and exhausted by the time I get to work. Because that is an issue. Because I work fast food, and I gotta deal with the grill, the fryer. We also have steaming tables and stuff like that. And if you're tired, you're gonna burn yourself. So, but besides it not being that good in wind, it does have a bit of torque to get you going where you need to go. This hill up here, I don't know if the camera can see it or if it'll even show how steep it is, but the hill up the hill up here, I want to say it's maybe a 20% grade, maybe. I'm not positive though. It'll get up it when it's warmer out. It'll get up there at pretty much at top speed, which is a 20. That's full electric top speed. Pedaling top speed is 25 technically. So it'll help you up to 25 when you're pedaling, if you're actually pedaling hard enough for that. But, yeah. So this hill, it's not like super crazy or anything. It might not even be a 20% grade, but it's steep enough to where the bike will start to struggle a little bit. Like right now it's kind of cold out, so it's dropping a couple miles per hour to get up here, but it's staying at 17. I believe it was doing 19. Cold out, doesn't want to do its top speed. The bike comes with a 36 volt battery, if I remember it correctly. Yeah, 36 volt. I don't remember the amps. I think it's only like 16 amps or something like that. It might be a little bit more. It claims to have a 50-mile range. That's if you're pedaling. I found it to only have a 25 at top. You know, at the top end mile range if you're using full electric. That's if, you know, it's not cold out, it's not struggling because of wind and stuff like that. Otherwise, you can expect around 15 miles or so, maybe a little more than that. But don't expect super top end, you know, exact numbers when it comes to the mileage or top speeds or anything like that. Because otherwise, you will always be disappointed with no matter what kind of e-bike you get. For anyone wondering, I am not sponsored for this bike. I bought it myself because I needed a way to get to work without having to rely on other people. And at the time, there was a deal going on with it. It was like $100 off or something like that. With shipping, you end up paying like just over $5. I think the coupon might still be available, but I don't think it's. I think they changed the price around. I'll have it linked in the description for anyone interested in this bike though. The wheel size is a little odd because it's 26 by 1.95. I don't know the motorcycle tire specs for that or anything like that. Some people might want to put heavier tires on it, which I suggest you don't. You might be able to fit a 2-inch tire. I'm not sure though. I haven't tried. I just tried it. I've been riding the same set, the same style of wheels since I changed them out the first time, which is the Schwinn hybrid tires. They do good. They do. They don't like slush. They don't like soft snow, which no tires at all really like either of those. They don't like ice, but that's to be expected. Ice is slippery. But they do provide a lot of grip for, you know, commuting. If you guys are wondering what my commute is, it's, well, I think I already told you guys because of mileage, but the area I commute in is a rural area. Let's see, it's mostly open farmland with a little bit of infrastructure once you head in town. But then it'll go back to farmland once you get past the shopping area, and then if you want to go past that, then you can finally get into more towns and stuff like that. But I know my area is a pretty small area, like a small town or whatever. There's not a lot to do with in my direct area, or like the range of this bike, but I don't really have time to do anything, so. I could have went, but I'm trying not to risk it right. For anyone that wants to know what my helmet is, it's the GLX GX11 extra large, so I got a big head. It works, you know. I only had a little bit of fogging issues, so I just got a universal anti-fog sticker off of Amazon, which is where all my stuff comes from for the most part. So obviously I'll have it all linked down below if you guys are interested. If it's not linked below and you guys just want a link to the stuff, just ask in the comments and then I'll make a pinned comment with all the links. But it's bumpy right here. Yeah, with it getting colder out, I was having issues with the helmet fogging up. And once I put the sticker on it, I have no issues at all unless it's like really, really cold. It's just gotten to that point once to where it was starting to affect the area between the visor and the inside, which is what the sticker does. To the point I had to ride with the visor open, and there was ice dripping down the front of my helmet, like running down the front of my helmet. It's crazy. I've never seen that before. But you know, you gotta make do with what you have, and this is what I have, so I make do with it. There is times that I will complain to like the bike, like, come on, it's not that windy, come on, just try to get me to work, come on, we're almost there, you know, stuff like that, because it will struggle with the wind and stuff, but it hasn't let me down. It hasn't like just catastrophically failed or anything like that. I have had a blowout in the rear when I tried making some homemade bike tires. It was just a cheap set of mountain bike tires, but the backing I used ended up pinching the inner tube, causing the tire to go flat, which wasn't fun because I had to walk for 30 minutes to get to work when that happened, pushing the bike along. But you know, things happen. I've learned that I can't use that tire liner because it wasn't sticky. It just basically floated in the tire. I did keep those tires though, so I plan to maybe spike them a bit more and then put a sticky tire liner in it, just to make sure the inner tubes would be protected. but I might not, because I plan on selling this bike, because I'm actually getting a new bike come July or August. August is the very latest, June at the earliest, and it's supposed to go way faster, it's supposed to have more torque, it's supposed to have a way longer range, all that stuff, which I'll talk to you guys about it later on when I actually get the bike. Yeah, I don't know, I like this bike. Like, if I wasn't using it every day to get to and from work, this would be the perfect little commuter bike, you know, to go up to the gas station or whatever else, you know, to get snacks, stuff like that. I have changed out the seat on it. I went from the stock seat, which is like your standard mountain bike saddle. Maybe it's a little more cushy than that, but it wasn't the best. So then I switched over to a cheap cushioned seat that I had gotten and used on my pedal bike, but that wasn't the greatest for these long rides constantly. So I actually switched over to like a Peloton seat. I don't know if it's a brand Peloton, but it's for those pedal workout machines. It's real cushy. It's real nice. It's wide too, which I didn't really need a wide seat, but it does help a ton. I thought about going with a nose lift seat, but I prefer the nose to be on here. You know, it can be a little uncomfortable at times. Yeah, these brakes are pretty much shot. I gotta like pump them to get them to work. Come on, van. Truck, you gotta wink. My turn. I stopped at the stop sign before you. You know, you're gonna pass me anyways, but yeah, I follow the rules when it comes to riding my bike on the road. You know, the road I just got off of and this road are both bike routes. So technically, if I want to, I could take up the whole lane, and it wouldn't be against the law or anything like that. But to be generous, I do ride this side of the road just to let people pass easier. But then as soon as I find these shoulders, I get on the shoulders to make it easier for people to pass. At night, it's kind of scary riding on the shoulders though, because people will they'll leave their trash cans out on the shoulders, and at night it's kind of hard to see them. I've hit one before too. Left my finger bruised and whatnot for a little while. Destroyed my motorcycle glove too, like the finger of it, just a tad bit. I just put electrical tape over it and called it a day. It didn't tear it all the way through. Just like tore the flap off of it and a little chunk of the protection foam, but you'll be alright. I'm getting closer to work. Finally. I am gonna be a tad bit late, but I don't think they'll care. But they'll probably see me going across the parking lot once I get there. And they'll be like, alright, he's here, we don't gotta mark him late. So at least at my place, they're generous with that. As long as you're constantly, you know, you're not calling off a bunch, you're not constantly late. And at least you're trying to get there on time. They understand if you're a little bit late. Especially with me, since I'm on the bike, I gotta leave anywhere from a half hour to an hour early just to get to work on time. Oh no, it's a pig! Is everyone gonna use their turn signal? Seeing the cops use the turn signal, so everyone wants to do it. Since I'm on a bike and I'm on the shoulder, I'm protected. I don't gotta stop at that light. Now if there's like a bunch of heavy flow of traffic, I would have to stop, but there wasn't any. And I would only have to stop for a second until there's a safe break in it, so I can continue on the shoulder. If you guys are wondering how I'm even talking to you and it's not like a bunch of wind noise and crazy stuff like that, It's because I'm using a comm set in my helmet. I had to make the pockets for the speakers, so if you're looking to get a comm set, do not get this helmet unless you're confident you can make the pockets for the speakers without destroying your helmet. What else was there? What was the brand? I can't remember the brand. I'll have it linked down below with the helmets and my jacket, my gloves. Well, my winter gloves, my summer gloves. I have it all linked in a comment most likely, because it'll take me a minute to find out, to gather all the links. The bike will be in the description. What else is there? Oh yeah, I'm getting new pedals arrived today for this bike too, because it just has the plastic pedals like most bikes come with, and I've worn them out because I like the feeling of aggressive leaning on this bike, especially when well, on any bike really. I'll ride the bike all the way on the sidewall as long as I can do it without the pedals hitting and whatnot. But I like the feeling of it. So I've kind of worn out the pedals a little bit. The grips or the spikes, whatever you want to call them, are pretty much worn out on both pedals, and I have some metal ones coming today that should help with the feet grip and whatnot. And they actually have replaceable spikes on them. And they're supposed to be like easy release too, for when you want to replace them. Oh, got a bit of wind. I'm slowing down. Oh, I also did door dashing on this bike for a little while. I did record it. I believe on this camera, might have been the other one though. But then I didn't have a laptop to import the videos and easily edit them, so I accidentally deleted all the files when I formatted the card a second time. That's alright. I plan to DoorDash when I get the new bike, so I'm getting a trailer with that one to make it easier to DoorDash. I can get bigger orders. So I'll also have my DoorDash bag on the back of that bike like I had on this one. So I just bought a universal cargo rack for this bike. DoorDash. I didn't make a lot of money though, because it is just the e-bike, a pretty slow one at that. Alright, come on. Try to get to work. And I don't care about people knowing about this, but I work at A&W. Be a bit annoying to work here too, but alright. This parking lot's bad when it's snow on the ground, because they don't shovel it all, well, they don't plow it all the way down to the asphalt, so it'll be all super slick and shit like that. Pretty annoying. Alright, I'm basically at work. Yeah, brakes are pretty much done. I gotta try to remember to switch them out today. Switch out the pads. Ooh.